Art History Lecture Hall, 10 a.m. The hall is buzzing with the sound of students chatting and laptop opening. Professor Kim Tae-young stands at the podium. He is wearing a beige trench coat over a crisp white shirt, sleeves rolled up just enough to be distracting. He taps the microphone, the sound echoing through the room. Tae-young, all right, settle down, everyone. Let's get started. Last week we discussed Renaissance. Who can tell me the primary difference between Northern and Italian Renaissance art? Before he can even finish the sentence, a hand showed up in the front row. It is Wine. She is beaming, her notebook. Taehyung, yes, fine, wine. The Italian Renaissance focused on the ideal beauty and proportion, heavily influenced by the hunger for the classics. But the Northern Renaissance was more focused on the surface detail and naturalism. They painted what they saw, flaws and all. Taehyung, perfect answer as always. You've been doing your reading. He holds her gaze for a second longer than necessary. The air between them crackles slightly. Vine blushes deeply, sticking a strand of hair behind her ear. To her, he is just a professor. He is a man who lives in apartment 402. Taehyung, everyone, take notes from Vine. That is a level of dedication I expect. The class groans good naturedly. Vine sinks into her seat, hiding her smile behind her notebook. Vine is sitting on the balcony pretending to read a book. In reality, she is watching the divider. A few minutes later, the glass door open of the neighboring balcony slides open. Taehyung steps out with a mug of tea and book. He sees her and his face lights up. Taehyung, studying again. We are going to put. Why laughing? I just find the two subject interesting. Or maybe the teacher is really good. Taehyung, flattery, you will get an A, but you already have one. Vine, professor. Taehyung, we are neighbors right now. Call me Taehyung. Fine. Okay, Taehyung. My mom is coming to visit tomorrow. She keep asking about you, Taehyung. Oh, tell her I said hello. She is a very spirited woman. Fine. Yeah, spirited. Vine looks at him with longing. She wants to say more, but she holds back. Taehyung, get some sleep. Vine, don't stay up too late. Vine, good night. Taehyung. Saturday afternoon, Vine is in her bedroom with the door closed, humming happily while picking out an outfit for her Monday class. In the living room, her mom is sitting on the sofa, aggressively stirring sugar into her tea. She is on the phone with Vine's aunt. Mom, whispering loudly into the phone. Can you believe that now? I'm still shaking. Jivu. Aunt, why? What did the professor say? Is he handsome? Mom, handsome? Yes, but arrogant. I went to his door this morning while Vine was asleep. I simply suggested that since he is single and successful and Vine is graduating soon, they would make a good match. And Mom, he looked at me like I offered him a poisonous snake. He stepped back and said, Miss Lee, please, Vine is my student. To me, she is a child and I have never seen her as a woman. And I never will. Mom, he said it with such a horror. A child? Can you imagine? My daughter is grown woman, but he rejected the proposal instantly. He told me to never mention it again. Aunt, does Vine know? Mom, of course not. It would break her heart. She adores him, and I won't tell her. Let her focus on exams. But that man, I hope she stay away. Sunday evening, Vine steps out of her apartment. She had baked cookies. She fixes her hair, takes a deep breath, and knocks on the door 402 with her usual bubbly energy. Inside, Taeyong freezes. He looks at the door. He knows it's her. Why? Yesterday he rejected her mother. Now, seeing Vine feels wrong. He feels guilty. He opens Taeyong Vine beaming, lifting the plate. Professor, I made a chocolate chip cookie. I made too many. As always, I thought you might want some for grading papers. She tried to hand them to him. Stepping closer, usually he would take them. Today, he looked at the cookies, then at her face. He suddenly says what he told her mother. She is a student. Taeyong, I can't. Vine, her smile faltering slightly. You can't? Are you on diet? Taeyong, no, I'm just very busy and it's appropriate for a student to be feeding her professor. Don't you think? The words are colder than he intended. Vine blinks confused. He had never used the word inappropriate with her before. Vine laughing nervously. But we are neighbors, Taeyong. We always share food. Taeyong, voice firm. Professor Kim. You should call me Professor Kim until you graduate. Boundaries are important, Vine. Oh, right. Sorry, Professor Kim. She lowers the plate. She still thinks that he's just stressed. Vine. Well, I'll leave them at your door. Eat them when you feel less grumpy. She winks playfully and turns around, skipping back to her apartment. Taeyong watches her go, feeling a note in her stomach. Taeyong whispering to himself. Man is in the front row, center seat. She is staring at him with heart in her eyes, hanging on his every word. She knows enthusiastically at everything he says. Thing, who can tell me what the cypress trees represented? Mine hands shoot up instantly. She stretches it high, practically vibrating with excitement. She wants to impress him. Thing looks at the sea of the students. His eyes lands on mine. Remember his own words. I'll never see her as a woman. He looks at her eager face and feels uncomfortable. He deliberately looked past her. Thing. Anyone else? Someone in the back? Mr. Choi? Vine's hand wavers slightly. She put it down, confused. Mr. Choi answers incorrectly. Thing. Not quite. Anyone else? Vine raises her hand again. She waves it a little to catch his eye. Thing looking directly at her, then looking away. No one? Alright, I'll explain it myself. Vine lowers her hand. She feels a prick of embarrassment. He looks at her. He ignores her on purpose. Wednesday afternoon, Vine is waiting outside his office. She has her draft paper in hand. She thinks he is just having a bad week. She wants to cheer him up. Thing walks down the hall carrying a stack of books. He sees her leaning against his door. He stops. He considers turning around, but she stops him. Mine brightly, Professor, there you are. I wanted to ask you something about my thesis statement, and I noticed you look tired. Let me help you with those books. She takes a step forward, reaching out, Thing, slapping away back sharply, pulling the books away. Don't. The rejection is physical this time. Vine freezes, her hands hovering in the air. Thing, I can carry my own books, Vine, and I don't need your help. Vine, I just wanted to be nice. Thing, you are too nice. This is a problem. You are too comfortable. He unlocks his door but blocks the entrance. He looks down at her, forcing himself to be cool, distant, and authority figure. Thing. Office hours are over. If you have any question about the thesis, email that to me. Please don't wait outside my office like this. It gives wrong impression. Why wrong impression? But I always wait here. Thing. Well, stop. You need to focus on your studies, not on socializing. Go home, Ryan. He enters his office and closes the door. Click. The sound of the lock turning echoes in the hallway. Vine stands there, staring at the wood. Her smile is completely gone. Later that evening, Vine walks into her apartment, throwing her bag on the floor. She looks defeated. Her mom is in the kitchen. Vine, Mom, do you think I'm annoying? Professor Kim just kicked me out of his office today. He would not even let me help him. Her mom stops chopping. She turns around. She sees a hurt on Vine's face and decided she has had enough. Mom, he didn't kick you out because you were annoying, Vine. He kicked you out because he is an arrogant man who thinks he is too good for us. Vine, what? What are you talking about? Mom, I didn't want to tell you because I thought that you would be upset, but last weekend I went to his apartment. I proposed a marriage arrangement between you two. Vine freezes, her breath hatches in her throat. Why, you did what, Mom? Please tell me you didn't. Mom, I did. And you don't know what he said. He looked at me with horror. He said, Miss Lee, Van is a student to me. She is a child, and I have never seen her as a woman, and I never will. The words hang in the air like smoke. Child, horror. Never will. Vine, voice trembling. He said that. He said, I'm a child, Mom. Yes, he rejected you instantly, so stop chasing him, Vine. Stop bothering him. He doesn't want you. He thinks that you are a little girl playing pretend. Vine stands there, feeling her heart shatter. Every smile she gave him, every cookie he was pitying the child. Vine wiping a tear furiously. Okay, if he sees a child, I'll stop bothering him. I'm done. Next morning, Tang stands at the podium. He expects Vine to be the front row as always. He looks, the center seat is empty. He frowns. Scanning the crowd, he spots her. Vine is sitting in the last row, very last row in the far corner. She is wearing a dark hoodie, arm crossed, staring out of the window. Tang, good morning. Today we are analyzing the shift in romanticism. He starts the lecture. Usually he would make eye contact with her. Today, she refuses to look at him. She is taking notes mechanically, her face blank. Tang, can anybody tell me how Delacroix used color to convey emotion? Silence. Usually Vine hands shoot up. Tang looks directly at her in the back. Tang, Vine, you wrote a paper on this. Do you have any thoughts? Every head in the class turned to the back. Vine slowly turns her head from the window to face him. Her eyes are empty, cold, and she does not smile. Vine, voice flat. I don't know, Professor. I didn't do the reading. It is a lie. She always does the reading. The class gasps softly. Tang feels a physical sting in his chest. Tang, I see. Perhaps someone else then. He continues the lecture, rattled. The sunshine is gone. It has been 2 days of Vine giving Taehyung, the cold shoulder. Taehyung feels terrible. He wants to apologize. He sees Vine walking down the hallway. He's holding two takeaway coffee cups. He bought her favorite an iced vanilla latte. Taehyung, Vine, do you have a second? Vine stops. She looks at him with the same blank, polite expression. She does not smile. When I'm on the way to class, Professor. Taehyung, I know. I bought this for you, vanilla latte, as an apology for being short with you at my office the other day. He holds out the cup. I expect her to smile, take it, and forgive him instantly, like she usually does. Why? No, thank you, Professor. Taehyung stunned. You love this ring. Just take it. It's a peace offering. Wine. I stopped drinking it. It's too much sugar. It's for kid, isn't it? The words hit him. She steps around him without taking the cup. Wine, excuse me. She walks away. Taehyung is left standing in the middle of the hallway holding two coffees, feeling completely rejected.